just an update. We got some major, what I heard called plastic surgery. This is what is left of the radiator support. As you see, it is totally see-through. It is a little structure that's just intended to barely, but securely hold the grill shell, which is that, and the headlights, because there's no radiator riding here anymore. So this is how open the engine bay will be when the hood's shut, and this is the side that I have done nothing to as a comparison. It's, as you can see, a lot different. There's a lot of plastic modification. There's a lot of aluminum modification. There's not a ton of weight in it, but it is weight in the most beneficial location possible to remove. I do have this pile of stuff that adds up to, I think it was like 8 or so pounds. That's the center section of the radiator support on the bottom. Let's just sort this out. So the body bushing is pretty heavy. It's like 2 pounds by itself. I traded it out for a small piece of hose that weighed 1 ounce. So stuff like that helps a lot. It's not holding the radiator anymore. Like I said, it's just a headlight support. Yeah. So this is just stuff that was pulled off the front end. I'll put all the aluminum together and the plastic together and the steel. And the hole saw cuts. So steel, plastic, aluminum pile. Oh yeah, another bushing. That was actually a 4-wheel drive part. There is a little bit of differentiation in my front end because it was a 4-wheel drive truck. That does have a few different brackets and whatnot that will, I still got to get. So I do have a little smidge of weight there. Alright. Yeah. So we got all these hole saw pieces, some steel, mostly aluminum. Clips, plastic section that holds headlights up, the PCM mount. I cut the center section out of that and mounted it back the way it was, really. It's not so dissected that it's nothing. Like I said, it's perfectly sturdy. I mean, it's the same. It's just holding up a piece of plastic that is also gutted. This grill shell has no grill, as you can see. It has no bow tie, as you can see. I've got hole saw holes all the way across the bottom. I don't know what it weighs. I got to get another digital scale that's like kitchen scale type of thing. Mine is toast because I put stuff on it that was heavier than what I should have. And yeah, this thing is getting there. My buddy Brandon, last time I saw him, poor fella, he said, "Man, I thought you were gonna be a little further along than you are." And I said, "Man, I'm exhausted." And he was like, "Dude, I relate. It's all good. It is what it is." And I appreciate you, man. This camera's been fun. This is what I've got done on the radiator mounting, I guess you call it. So that's the shroud that I had and the LS1 fans that I had. It fits under the tonneau cover without a blemish. But the fitment underneath is pretty snug, honestly. Pretty proud of it. An example of the sealing that's used here. There is foam. It's like pretty well compressed and even under there, so it is sealed up like a wall. These holes, I have pieces to fill that, the wood that would be in that center section, so I'm going to put hinges here and make a little door, and that is to get to the tonneau cover handles. So let's check out what else I got done in the bed. Not enough is about how much. So yeah, unfasten that, and there we go. So now The radiator is in. I gotta cut this off, this little part of the upper radiator support. This is the original part from the front, because I need to get through that door opening, and I want the door that's on the outside to open inward, and that's kind of impossible with this in the way. So yeah, that I rhino lined the back of this wood with that spray on rhino liner, and it's cool. Like, it's real cool. It was cheap, and I already had it because I did the whole bed. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. I think it's cool. And my rear weight percentage is gonna go up. It's gonna go up because I got to put those fans on it. But my rear weight percentage now is 45.6, and I believe it's 45.7 when this is folded back. Yeah, we're gonna go into this a little bit when we go to Steven's moment of attempt at science. 45.7. Yeah, so it does go up with just that. So yeah, 45.7. We start at 41.7, I believe, and you know, that's getting there. We now have 1,848 pounds on the back tires. We have not added that much weight. Just the piece of wood and the hoses. But the hoses, you know, they extend the whole length of the truck. So yeah, we have not added much weight, and I tell you, it has really went rearward. These few pounds in the very nose are a pretty cool example. Removing the weight from here around the headlight added weight to the back tires. I'll get in that a little further when we do this side, but taking the weight from this area literally put pounds on the rear tires. So that little pile of stuff that's like 8 pounds put 2.5 pounds on the rear tires. So here's an example of how. I just got to do a little quick sketch out kind of thing of the white truck. So so I'm not Chip Foose, but pretty much what you got is weight everywhere. So my buddy Brandon suggested put something like water or ball bearings in these rear tires to get the weight to whatever you wanted in rear bias. But the thing is, putting weight in your rear tires is like putting weight in your shoes and then trying to take off faster. That is called unsprung weight, unsprung mass. Okay, if you take on this unsprung mass versus put on a backpack, okay, that backpack is riding on your legs, which is your springs. So everything above your springs is sprung. It's sprung mass. Everything beneath your springs and half of the lower portion of your spring is unsprung. So with that being said, what we've done here with these headlights is remove weight from here. This area right here is where the weight is concentrated from. So the center of the bottom of the front tire, in accordance to this, the center of that mass, there's roughly, just say, we're gonna guess maybe 2 feet. 2 feet. All right, so if you were holding a pole here and you held that pole out to here and it had X amount of pounds on it, we removed 8 pounds here. If you put 8 pounds there, the amount of weight that you would be holding at the end of this pole up is how much weight is applied to the rear end. I believe it's transversely, but still, whatever the resistance is here that you would be holding up on that pole is a a important factor to how much is applied here. It's how it works for me. And the same goes for, but opposite, if you add weight here, which is what we did, you are actually removing weight from the front tires because of the same situation. That diagonal that you're working with there is how it, you know, if you started doing geometry and triangles and stuff that I'm not smart enough to do, you know, it would work up to a number. But like I said, 8 pounds here added about 2.5 to there. So in that triangle, you know, you could do that triangle as well. Yeah, to there. And then there. Yeah, that's how it works. So it's, yeah, that was probably a huge waste of everybody's time, except for, you know, I think there's some people out there that maybe just getting into it and stuff and think about ballasts or whatever it may be. You got to think about everything to do with where that weight is placed in the vehicle. So I'm trying to get my weight up higher. I'm gonna make this spoiler now out of this really heavy piece of stainless that's under this aluminum. The aluminum piece is just an old piece I had laying around, and it's doing my tailgate. And it adds to this as well. I believe it goes to like 45.8 or 45.9 maybe. Obviously the tailgate's down, and that is skewing the measurement. Not by too much, about 0.1. Yeah, 45.9, which is really probably 45.8 when the tailgate's up. 1857 on the rear. Now the front weight is 2188 with 54%. When I started, I believe it was like 58.9. Something ridiculous. 58.9. And yeah, so 2187 on the nose now. It's come up. It's come up. Matter of fact, it's come up enough that it's measurable. Just measuring from the tire to the fender, measuring from the tire to the fender. It is easy to see that, you know, the front end has come up. I want to say it was close to a ½ an inch. I'm seriously considering adding an add-a leaf in the rear and then using a traction bar like CalTrack, and that'll also, you know, dramatically improve my rear weight bias. And the lower half of the spring, which is, you know, I would be adding a pinch of sprung mass there, but it's not. It'd be like adding weight to your knees instead of your shoes. Yeah, so in a competition of whether you can run faster with weight in your shoes or weight in a backpack, I got to go, Brandon. I got to go with the backpack. You put 15 pounds in each of my shoes, and I'm going to be a lot slower on the get-go. I might get up to some good speed, but I wouldn't stop good either. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to get a whole lot done tonight. I am exhausted. Like I said, I do cement work for a living. And it's a 2-man crew, and we're proud of it, and we do the best we can. And we are exhausted. I don't know how many of you know much about concrete work, but it can be real tiring. Real tiring. So I am exhausted, but yeah, we'll get a little closer next time.
Tell me, why do I still feel so alone? Don't tell me I'm wrong. Been gone for too long.